Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm doing a Halloween makeup series. If you're new here, I do makeup, I do story times, art. I specialize in watercolor and I'm learning digital art. So you kind of get to see a little bit of everything here. I am always looking like an extra person. People are always asking me for makeup advice, makeup tutorials, so I figured I would make this makeup series for you guys. So today I'm wanting to do a haunted house. I already recorded some footage of what my ideal image looks like in the sketchbook, and I'll film a little bit. I'll insert the footage of that a little bit after this video. I'm wanting to go with like a purple lavender look today. I might add in just a little bit of like pale blues. So the main palette I'm going to be focusing on is, I'm going to be using this palette, mini color palette by Sugar Pill Fun Size with the little 8-bit cat. I'm mainly interested in shade 8-bit in Player 1. Like this is like a bluish purple and this one's like a purple. And then I have ColourPop, looks like this. And this take me back to Brazil palette. Some of my black had spilled, but that's okay. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to be using these purples and some of these pinks. And that is what I'm going to be using to put on. Those are the main colors I'm going to be using. And then as far as line work goes, I'm using nail art brushes and water, but also lots of different line arts, but I'll show you guys that once I start working on it. I'm using this concealer, e.l.f. Cameo Matte Finish, and this brush, like literally any flat round brush like this will be good, and that is what I'm going to be using for my eyes. Before I get into my purples, I'm going to start my cut crease with a black eyeshadow to make the haunted house stand out more, because I do want to do that with like a purple line work. I'm going to be using this type of brush here to cut my crease because I want it to be like super fine, and I'm just using this black eyeshadow here. And I'm looking at a mirror right behind my phone. Just kind of go at it like that. It's okay that it's sloppy. It doesn't have to be super even because I am going to be doing a cut crease. Shades in the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. They don't quite have names, but I am going to be using the dark purple to layer over the black. And I'm just going to like tap it like this over it. I'm just going to do that motion and like slowly do soft circles like this. And just keep blending upwards with lighter and lighter shades of purple until I get it to look the way that I want. Now I'm done blending. This is how it looks. I'm going to go over with this shade again, same that I use for my concealer, and I go over with this brush and I just kind of tap it like this, like make sure it has like nice full coverage, and then try and like create a half circle oval shape like that. And once I create the shape and I'm happy with it, as even as it possibly can be, I just tap it and like fill it in. Okay, my concealer is set. I'm gonna be going over this with 8-bit and Player 1, these two shades that I showed you guys earlier, and blend that together. This is my life with a gamer. do little taps like this. And I have a big mirror bar behind my phone, but I'm going to be using the smaller mirror that's in here so that I could see. And I just do little taps. And when I tap, I'm doing this motion because I am going to want to blend this out into a different color. And I'm not going to go edit right here because I'm going to add like a shimmery shade here. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I went ahead and like filled in these two shades. I mean, one shade on both of my eyes, and I'm gonna blend that into player one, and I've already put the purple on it. And I'm using this little mirror, and I'm doing these little circle swapping motions so that these two colors can blend a lot easier. So I'm gonna blend that purple into a darker purple. I'm using shade Madison in this ColourPop palette, like this one right here. And I'm going to go ahead, and I'm using the exact same brush, by the way. It's a little loose, so I do like to like shake off the excess. And I'm gonna be using this mirror so that I can see a little easier. And I'm just doing tiny little taps so that you can see. So I'm using this pastel purple from Ink Doll Cosmetics. I'm sorry, but this doesn't have a shade. Like, this is how it looks. That's what I use on my inner corner on this eye. And I'm gonna go ahead and use that from the other eye. When you have loose palettes, you have to like shake off the excess after you dip it, because otherwise it's gonna have a lot of fallout there. And I'm using the mirror right below me to like do small little taps. It doesn't have to be blended, just like little taps. If you have a brush that curves like this naturally, kind of want to use that to your advantage to get in this little area. I'm actually gonna add just a tiny bit more on this side too. Oh, initially I was gonna cut my crease with my line work being a purple shade, but I'm actually gonna be using a dark gray shade. I'm using the Glamierre metallic liners in shade Smoke. And in case you guys are new here, I use nail art brushes to do all my fine line art details. And the one that I'm going to be using today, well, these are the brushes I'm going to be using today. So this is going to really help get like that swoop, like a perfect swoop that I like to do when I do these type of looks. And then this, I'm going to use this little tiny, it's not necessarily a brush, it's like a metal ball on a stick to do tiny little dots, because I want to add in like some little lights to my haunted house. And I also have like different ball type of they're not brushes, they're like these little balls on a stick to get those perfect little dots. And I'm gonna be using Glamierre shade yellow. Brand is Glamierre, and the shade I'm going to be using is Mimosa. It's like a really bright highlighter yellow type. And as for my haunted house, I'm going to be using shade Grape. So I put some water in the top, and there's already some pigment on here. I usually just take it and kind of do this type of motion to get the pigment on there, and then I test it on my hand like this. And I look at it to see if it's too watery, if it's too thick. If it's too watery, then I add a little bit more pigment. If it's too thick, then I add a little bit more water to get it the way I want. My phone actually died in the middle of recording, so I just went ahead and did one eye so I can show you guys how it looks before I begin on this eye. And this is what I have so far. I'm going to switch up my line art colors because I realized that this shade right here, it kind of blends too much into my eyeshadow that I have going on now, and that actually this this shade of lavender would actually be better as a haunted house than what I was using before, because you could just, I feel like it just stands out more and will give me a better look. See, one fell swoop. That's why I like this type of brush here, because it works for that reason. Okay, so this is the final look. The only thing left to do is add my lashes, my mascara, and anybody know that haven't followed me for a while know that I'm obsessed with doing fake freckles to make my eyeshadow. So I'm going to be doing yellow and purple fake freckles. And these are the brushes that I'm using. They're the brushes that have been used throughout this whole thing. I'm just going to insert like a little time-lapse video of me putting my freckles, and then we're done. This is the finished look. I'm gonna get real close to you for just a second so you can see like all the fun details of my haunted house. I drew some trees, some little gravestones, and then I went over my face with a whole bunch of freckles, like purple and yellow, the same liners I used with the haunted houses. And then I did a black and red ombre lip. And I went ahead and added some lashes. So this is the lash style I decided to go with today. If you struggle with putting lashes on, if you have nails and you don't want to poke yourself in the eye, I highly recommend this. This is like not sponsored, but like you see how it curves? Like it's lash tweezers and it curves, so it's really easy to like get really close in and like pinch it and hold it. And yeah, so this is the finished look. I'm going to edit this up, take some pictures, and I'm going to post another video today for you guys, and I'm going to post the next day. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. I hope that you're entertained by it in the least bit. I hope that this inspires you to create your own Halloween looks. Please like, subscribe, and turn notifications on because I kind of post sporadically. I'll be posting a lot for the month of October. I can't promise I'll be posting every single day because that's a bit much for me, but I'll be posting a lot of videos in October, like almost every day. I'm going to do some type of makeup video, some type of Halloween video, or something along those lines. Hope you guys enjoy. Bye.